Hello and welcome to this morning's wake-up call. Happy Wednesday, happy 6th of December. Oh my goodness me, how we're at the 6th of December already, I'm not quite sure, but we're looking at just a few weeks until Christmas. Have you got an advent calendar at home? Maybe you've got that fantastic Crafters Companion advent calendar. What was in yours this morning? Maybe you're following along Craig's tutorials and his hints and tips that he's bringing to you each and every single day this month with that advent calendar. I'd love to hear how you guys at home are getting on with that one as well. But we've got a jam-packed day line up here on Crafters TV, of course. Starting off the day with Wake Up Call as ever. We're going to be spinning that wheel in a little bit, so we're going to see what that daily deal is going to be for the 6th of December. We've had some absolute crackers already. We've had our flash sale yesterday on paper and card, which you guys at home know I absolutely love my paper pads, so that for me was an absolute winner. But I'm sure today's daily deal is going to be equally as fabulous, but we will be revealing that in due course in just a few moments. Wake Up Call to start with, then we're going to be having a masterclass all about the fantastic Mermaid Dreams. That's coming up at 3 p.m. UK time. And then tonight, of course, with it being a Wednesday, it will be a beautiful beginning show, and we'll have lots of inspiration and lots of fantastic products on that programme as well. However, don't worry, I'm not here all on my own for this morning's Wake Up Call. I'm only in for Wake Up Call. We've got Craig for the 3 and 6 p.m. shows here UK time, but she's going to be here all day providing lots and lots of inspiration. Really looking forward to seeing her inspirational demos throughout the course of this show. It is the fantastic Michelle. Good morning, Michelle. Are you well?
I'm very well, thank you. In case anyone was expecting Sheena, I'm really sorry. It's me.
Oh, no, not at all.
Because it's normally Sheena on a Wednesday, isn't it? So, but yeah.
It's going to be fun, regardless. Sheena or no Sheena, it's going to be fun.
Sheena or no Sheena, yeah.
Yeah, lots
absolutely.
of inspiration coming up.
Yes.
Yeah. What have we got coming up? Let's have a little look.
I'll show you what we've got coming up, shall I? So this afternoon we have got a masterclass, and it's all about that Mermaid Dreams. So showing you one of the cards that we've got here. It's the Mermaid Dreams. It's quite a mixed media set, but that doesn't mean that you can't bring it into your card making and your scrapbooking. All the things in there you can absolutely use to create beautiful mixed media pieces or cards and things like that as well. So that is that Mermaid Dreams. But then tonight, so we do have obviously the Beautiful Beginnings. So we're going to be doing these on the Beautiful Beginnings. We've got the, I love these.
I do.
So these Animal on Edge stamp and dies. So Beautiful Beginnings, back to basics. We're going to show you how to use these in their basic form and just have fun and have a play with them. I've got another one, of course. I've got another one that's a shaker element. I think one of the guys made this because there's no name, so I don't know if it was Debbie or Debbie,
it's cute,
but it's a shaker.
Yeah,
how lovely is that?
And is it just me with those? I know there are Animal Edge stamp and dies. Every time I hear that name, it makes me think of Shrek when Donkey says, "I'm a donkey on the edge." All I can think of, I'm an animal on the edge. Yes. Just me then, clearly, but I think all you guys at home now will be thinking the same thing. You're welcome.
Yes, you're welcome for putting that in your head, definitely.
I'm an animal on the edge. There you go.
But until you just said it, I never thought of it, but now you've said it.
Every time, every single time.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh dear.
But besides Shrek, a little bit later, and Donkey, we've also got The Wild at Heart. Again, Beautiful Beginnings, so we're going to go back to some nice basics with these, but how beautiful is that one? And then this one is I don't know if it's everyone's all-time favourite, that lovely stamp and stencil set. I just adore that. If I just flick it back so the light can catch that gilding flakes. It's just beautiful, isn't it? So yeah, that is what I've got coming up today for you guys.
Love that, a real nice mixed bag. We've got the cute and cuddly with our animals. We've got them fantastic more mixed media. We've got this super funky Wild at Heart. Gosh, it's going to be an action-packed, super fun and inspirational day coming up here on Crafters TV. That is for sure. Now, of course, we do have all our 3 shows today with lots of amazing bargains to be had. However, that outlet sale is still happening over on the website. So if you want a super, super fantastic deal, make sure you hop over to the website, check out that outlet sale, because we've got savings of up to a whopping 70%. So maybe wanting a last minute Christmas gift, maybe it's going to be a few stocking fillers for your crafty friends, then that's going to be absolutely ideal to grab yourself an absolutely incredible bargain. So do check that out over on the website. And one final thing as well, I just want to mention before we go and spin that wheel, which I have to say I'm a little bit nervous about. I don't want to do it wrong, but it will be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. Yes, one more thing on the website, gift cards, they're back. I know a lot of you guys at home have been asking about when of our gift cards coming back, because of course they make the absolute perfect gift for any crafter in your life. The e-gift cards are back over on the website. Do check out the website. You will be able to see on there you can get a gift card with a value between £10 and £500, so lots and lots of different options and choices on there. You'll see that on the homepage of the website as well. Just click on through, there's a little drop down menu, you can select what amount you want to go for, add it to your basket, and it's super easy. It doesn't even have to be delivered with it being an e-gift card, so if you're looking for one of those last minute Christmas gifts, then that's going to be perfect, so do check that one out as well. However, we're going to be making our way over to the wheel in just a moment. The first item we're going to be looking at, though, as part of this morning's wake-up call, is that beautiful Mermaid Dreams collection. Oh my goodness, this is an absolute sort of collection full of crafty goodness. I mean, Michelle did touch on the fact already that it's kind of mixed media, but I don't want you to be hearing those words mixed media and be worrying and thinking it's messy, it's grungy, you've got to be really arty to work with this. Absolutely not. We've got products in here that I know so many of you at home know and love. We've got things like ink pads, we've got sequins, we've got pens that we're all familiar with, glitter glues, so much within this collection. You've got a whopping 14 different items. It's going to allow you to create all those lovely shimmery and shiny effects, adding sequins perhaps to your shakers, adding inks to your stamps and stamping with them, using your shimmer sprays on your backgrounds through your stencils. You have got so much contained within this 14-piece collection, everything from shimmer sprays, glitter glues, ink pads, and so much more for that today's price of £69.99 or $89.99. And of course, if you are part of our Platinum Club, that's going to get even better, dropping that price down to just £55.99 or $71.99. And that's a fantastic one to go for. Perhaps if you've got lots of other items in your crafty stash like dies, stamps, and you want to sort of maybe breathe a little bit more life into some older items that you've got in your collection. Maybe you've got embossing folders you've not used for a while, maybe you're a little bit tired of them, and you want to give them that new sort of spark of creativity. Bring in these mixed media items and they're going to change that look and feel entirely and breathe new life into your crafting. So a fantastic collection to go for. However, of course, we do want to bring to you a daily deal as part of our 12 Days of Craftness event, and that means it is time to spin this wheel. So many different options that we've got over on the wheel. Yesterday we had our flash sale. It could be a free gift, it could be a discount, it could be 5 off 30. So many different options on this wheel, but it's all down to chance. It's down to the wheel. What is it going to be? So it is time to spin that wheel. What's it going to go? Bonus points! Oh, amazing. If you're looking to move up those ranks in Club Inspire, you have got bonus points for today only. So I'm going to have to check in my ear. Our producer Nicola is going to find out for us how many sort of bonus points, what multiply is it going to be in terms of these bonus points. And I can hear, newsflash, it's double points. Wowzers. All day today, right up till midnight tonight, UK time, you're going to get double points on each and every single purchase that you're making. So you could be shopping this morning, you could be shopping this afternoon and evening. On all 3 of those purchases, you are going to be getting double points, which is absolutely amazing, especially if you're new to our brand new to Club Inspire. That's going to allow you to sort of move up through those ranks nice and quickly. And it's just a nice little added extra for Christmas. So fantastic to have our double points. How exciting is that? So do get shopping over on the website. However, we were just talking about that fantastic Mermaid Dreams collection. I know that's going to be Michelle's first demonstration in just a moment, but of course, I'm going to have to say hello to a few of you over on the socials. I have to say, it certainly feels like December here. It is absolutely, as they say, Baltic out there. And if you're stateside and don't know what that means, it's very cold. That is for sure. Absolutely freezing. I wasn't prepared for it to be quite that cold this morning. When I left and walked in, it was -3 and it was icy and it was horrible. But it definitely feels like December. Sun's coming out a little bit now, so hopefully it'll warm through. Snow's all gone though here now, which is definitely a good thing. We've got Nicola in my ear, we've also got James as well, and then of course we've got Michelle on the other side of the studio, and we've got Rachel on the socials. So we have got our Margaret's joining us from sunny Montana, literally over 50 degrees Fahrenheit lately, ho, ho, ho. Sarah Brown's in from Melbourne, Australia. It's now 10 p.m. over there, down under. Ben McCarthy is in. He's first in as usual. Don't worry, Michelle. Stephen Nicole is saying good morning. Lois is in from Ohio. Geraldine is in from a foggy Argyle. Ooh, yeah. I can imagine it is quite chilly up there this morning. Rosalind is in from Maryland. Jay Weaver is saying good morning from Idaho. Elizabeth is in from Suffolk, Virginia. Marianne is in from Edmonton. Rachel's laughing, she's saying ogres have layers. Yeah, a lot of the guys in the team will probably know my favourite film is Shrek. No bones about it, that is for sure. Sandra Dundas is in, she's saying she's loving Michelle's jumper. It's lovely, isn't it? Very festive. And Emma Bailey is in, she's saying she loves the amazing mixed media items that we bring to us, so many options. Apparently it's freezing here this morning, so watching whilst crafting, that certainly sounds like a good idea. Definitely the sort of weather to stay inside, stay cosy and watch Crafters TV, and maybe do a little bit of shopping as well. Now, that amazing Mermaid Dreams collection that we've just had a little look at, I think the best way to see how fantastic this is to actually see it in action. So I'm excited to see what Michelle's got in store with this amazing collection.
I'm in my element here at the minute. I've got tricolour aquas, I've got tricolour pens, shimmer spray, glitter paste, shimmer inks, duet inks, stencils. So I'm very, very happy here for the minute. So what I'm going to use with this Mermaid collection is this stamp set. So this one was released with those beautiful watercolour palettes, those shimmer ones. So this is the With Love stamp set, and then these Love Heart stencils. So I'm going to use that. I think I'm going to be using the large one, but what I love about these is you've got three in. You've got that huge one, you've got a border one, and then you've got almost like a topper stencil. So absolutely, your stamps and stencils, things like this work absolutely. Look, the sleeves are rolled up already. She's ready to go.
She's got serious.
Work perfectly with this collection. So very simply, you can see I've got a heart shape. I've just cut it out of a couple of layers of just our white multi on the back, just our white card, our 300 GSM white card, and then on the front I've got my watercolour card. Okay. If you've got your mount board and you've got those gold dies and multimedia dies in the hearts, you can do the same with that and then just pop a layer of watercolour card on the front. Right, the reason I've got my watercolour card on there is because obviously with the things I'm using, definitely the tricolour aqua, I'm going to be popping water onto this, so the bonus obviously putting the watercolour card on the top. So I think first things first, we're going to just create a bit of a wash, a nice and simple colour wash across the back of this heart. So I'm going to pop my three colours down onto my mat, and this is always my favourite way to do it. It's always my go-to way. And then I've got my brush. I do have my safety cup. I need to take the lid off for a second.
Brace yourselves.
I know, the pressure when I have to do this. Purely because I want to use the big brush. It's sort of a 1-inch brush, isn't it? So I'm going to pop it right over there. Far away from here. All the way over there. If I could put it on, Lily's counter.
And it would still be too close.
Still too close, but
could be in a different continent and it'd still be too close.
It so would. It absolutely would. So let's pick up that pink first. And just literally a colour wash across the top. If you want to darken it, you're going to add a little bit more ink down onto your mat. I'm not going to add any more water to that brush. Pick up that extra ink and just layer it. If again it's not going as dark as you want, let this dry or force dry it with your heat gun, and then again go in with extra colour. You can really build it up that way. Let it dry, add more, let it dry, and so on.
Oh, that's a lovely colour.
It's a beautiful colour. This is one of my, I will say, I know I say it about every single thing that I use, but it's one of my favourite aqua pens. The three colours in this, the 3-colour blend, is just beautiful, works together like a dream.
Do you know what I always say? It's always the item I've just used is my favourite. So if I've just used that colour of ink pad, it's my favourite. Then if 10 minutes later I use a different colour, then that's my favourite. Yeah. We're very fickle, aren't we, as crafters? We love everything, that's the problem.
I think when you haven't used something for a couple of days and you pick it back up and use it again, you're like, oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that is a nice and simple colour wash. I am going to put my lid back on straight away.
Whew. We can breathe again, guys.
Yes.
We can breathe.
Everyone, you can, you can stop holding your breath now. So I'm just going to bring in my heat tool. We're just going to dry that just a little bit because I'm going to pop some stenciling on there with some of this beautiful ocean song. So I'm just going to dry it just a little. It's not going to take long because I didn't saturate it with water. So it shouldn't take long to dry at all.
Okay. A few more comments while that's just drying off. Sarah Brown is laughing. She's saying, I'm sorry you guys are in cool weather, but I'm thinking Melbourne weather is really warm coming up. We will be in the 30s on Friday. I'm tired just thinking about it. Sarah, I cannot tell you how jealous I am. Honestly, I hate the cold weather. I was definitely not born into the right climate, that is for sure. And we've got our lovely handcrafted by Gaz is joining us on YouTube saying, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you too, Gaz. Lovely to have all of your company on this frosty morning here in the UK.
It is a very cold and frosty morning.
It certainly is.
Right, so that's dry enough for me. I've got my stencil out. And just, you know, remember that you don't have to use the whole of the stencil. We're just going to use a little section. I'm just going to put some love hearts just round the side. So I'm going to come in. So which one? So I've used the ocean song.
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
It's just
beautiful.
Gorgeous, isn't it? It really is.
I tell you, I've got really into my glitter paste at the moment. A huge fan of these. I think they're absolutely fabulous. The glitter on there is just amazing. They're so super thick as well, aren't they?
They really are. It's really, they're a real good quality glitter paste. Some that you get are quite just a bit thin.
A bit watery.
Yes.
Yeah. And what you'll find is if they're watery, then they can seep under your stencil, and you think you've done a great job, and then you go to peel your stencil off, and it's all seeped underneath, and it's kind of like, oh, that doesn't look quite right. But because these are so thick, you've got so much glitter in them. You can see there as Michelle lays that down. They are fantastic quality. There's going to be no seepage underneath that stencil, and you're going to get that gorgeous concentration of glitter.
That's it, that's exactly what you're wanting. So what I'm trying to do is I am using the back of my spatula. I find it lays down easy. You've got more control than trying to use the front. But to be fair, this one is absolutely flat. So either or side. But when you're using sort of this one, with that point, again, using that back, you get a better contact with your project by doing it that way.
Okay.
So just popping it there, trying to avoid that M because we're going to fill that with some of those beautiful pearls later.
Loving this.
Let's lift that off.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. It's just absolutely so. I managed to miss my M as well when I was doing this at home. I didn't. I kept going all the way over it.
Oh, that looks amazing.
So let's scrape that off. Right, I'm going to pop this to the side. Don't worry if this dries on here. If it does, just put it in some warm water to soak and then it'll wash off lovely. Because I always forget to do that with mine. Always forget. But it does, it washes off absolutely lovely.
It certainly does.
Let me just wipe that. So we're going to pop that to the side to allow that to dry for a minute because then we're going to bring in this. So again, this gorgeous stamp set, I was saying, released with those beautiful watercolour shimmer palettes. I'm going to use this and then my With Love. I've got a couple already stamped out. Okay. And I've got this one already stamped out as well because we're going to use the tricolour brush. And again, I've popped it onto some watercolour card. Now, I'm not adding any water to it at all. So I just got a little bit carried away. I had my sheet of watercolour card out, just carried on stamping everything up because I wasn't too sure if I was going to use my aqua on it or just my brush pen. But it really doesn't matter. The normal brush pen colours just as beautifully on the watercolour card. And actually, because you've got that lovely texture on there, I think it just adds a little bit to sort of multimedia type, or mixed media, sorry, type project. Definitely. So again, you've got these three beautiful colours. You've got that lovely lilac Whisper.
Oh, lovely name, isn't
I
it?
know. And then that blue violet, and then clear waters. So those are the 3 colours that you have got in here. So we're just going to start. I'm going to start on that flower first. We're going to start in the middle. I don't know why I'm turning it around 20 times. You don't need to do that. So we're just going to start in the middle with that clear waters.
And the stamps that Michelle's working with, you will find those over on the shop of the day. We'll have a little look at those in just a few moments. But if you want to recreate this exact technique, you can pick up those stamps as well.
And then from the outside in, just going over the edge, we're going in with the Lilac Whispers. So just turn it round.
I love the way when you said that, you sort of whispered it. Lilac Whisper. It's one you can't shout. Lilac Whisper.
No,
It doesn't quite work, does it? No.
It doesn't have the same ring. I always want to start singing Wham every time I say Lilac Whispers.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I won't. I wouldn't do that to you all, but
Not this early on a morning.
maybe
save it
later.
for the 6 o'clock show, maybe. You and Craig could be caterwauling.
Yes, like he and Ben was last week when they were doing they sounded like the Gremlins, didn't they, really?
Yeah, it's funny, you know, sometimes when you guys are singing on air, we can hear you from our office down the corridor. Quite often it's foam on a roll. We go, oh, who's that singing? Then we realise it's you guys on air singing. So yeah, if you do sing that at 3 o'clock this afternoon on that show, we will probably hear you.
Where is my sea glass? So I've got the sea glass, which is from the collection, and I've got the spring buds, which is just one of our duets. And I've already popped that one down, haven't I? I need to pop this one down. So I'm going to pop that one down, and then I'm just going to brush again. So it's only my little one, so I don't need to take the lid off. And I'm just going to mix those 2 together with just a little bit of water.
Okay.
And then you get the most, let me do it on these ones, lovely aqua, minty green. Just by mixing those 2, you get such a lovely different colour.
I think it's nice as well to show that you can actually mix your ink pad colours. So you're creating your own custom colours, really.
That's it.
Which is fantastic. So maybe you've only got 3 ink pads, but really you've not just got 3 different colours. You've got sort of options, lots and lots of different options. And that's before you even start diluting it or using it more concentrated. So even if you've not got an awful lot in your crafty stash already, you can make things go an awful lot further by just using these simple tips and techniques. Like Michelle's shown you here, you can get an awful lot from your crafty stash.
You really can. I mean, you wouldn't think, what's the point of mixing sort of 2 greens together? But actually, obviously, you're going to get that 3rd colour. And, you know, if you colour match into your project, have a bit of play, mixing your different sort of ink pads, colours together, things like that. So just popping all that colour in. Not having to worry about, I don't worry about when I'm doing anything mixed media. Why mixed media?
Mixed media. Yeah. I like it. If it's not a word before, it is now.
I don't worry about colouring it all in. I like to see little bits of white space. I just think it adds to the effect of the projects. And I think the good thing about mixed media projects, we'll go with that now, is it doesn't really matter. Whatever you have literally thrown at your project, it's going to work, it's going to look lovely.
Absolutely.
Because it's not going to be the same every time or any time you do it. So the fact that it's not, did I have a wipe? Means that it doesn't matter if you've got lots of white space showing, if you've gone out of the lines, it all adds to the effect. So I think these are great projects where if you just want to have a bit of a play and a bit of an experiment, then that's sort of what you're going to do.
Definitely. It's very forgiving, isn't it? Really
It is. It is, absolutely. Right, so we're going to bring this back in. I'm just going to dry that just a little so I can work on it. So it doesn't take too long to dry. I think normally 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how thick. It's pretty much dry.
I find as well it depends on the surface. So the other weekend I was doing a little bit of glitter paste. I was having a little bit of a glitter paste session, which was fabulous. I was covered in the stuff by the end, but it was very enjoyable. Lots of sparkle everywhere. And I did same stencil, same glitter paste, one of them onto acetate and one of them onto cardstock. And I found the one on acetate, it did take a little bit longer to dry, just because there's no fibres to acetate. So there's nothing for that glitter paste to soak into. So it'll sit on the surface for a little bit longer. Will take a bit longer to dry, but these glitter pastes, don't just think about using them on cardstocks. Of course, they are multi-surface. You can be using them on things like acetate, on your glasses, on your ceramics, even on your fabrics. So lots of different options with these fantastic glitter pastes. But how amazing does that look? I mean, when it dries as well, that glitter, that sparkles comes to the fore even more, which is amazing. Oh, shimmer ink pads out. Ooh.
Yes, I was going to go with the aqua pen, but actually I've got my shimmer ink pad there, so I'm going to go with that. I just want to add a little bit around the edges, so I'm just going to get an ink dauber.
Okay.
I'm going to pick that up, and I'm just going to add a little, in fact, pop a little bit of water down there as well. Mix it with that, it's going to blend round a lot easier.
Could you do a similar sort of thing if you added a little bit of glycerin maybe? That would make it glide a bit better?
Yeah, absolutely. Add a bit of glycerin if you want. That definitely does sort of the same thing. But again, because I've just added a little bit of water and then mixed it together, it just allows it to go on a lot easier, a lot smoother than if you didn't. So there we go, just round those edges.
That colour is right up my street. Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, I love that.
And the thing is, once it's, I mean, there's lots of shimmer in it now, but once that's dry, the amount of shimmer that will come through, you can see it when the light catches it, is just so intense. So again, so what are we going to do now? Let's have a look. So I've got these. So this is the one that I've just coloured in, but this is the one that I did earlier. Just did the colours in a bit of a different order, and those are the greens. So I'm going to use that one because it's a bit lighter and I like that more than that one. So my M, this is where my pearls are going to come in if I find them. Oh. There. I've got them. It's fine.
I promise I haven't stolen them. You know I love my gems and pearls, but I promise I've not stolen them. Not yet, anyway.
No, they're so beautiful, though.
Oh, I know.
But before I do that, we're going to just do a little bit of a splash. So this is entirely up to you. You can pick up your duet ink pad. You can put your aqua down. It depends what colour you're going to go for. But I think we're going to go for that one.
Oh, I do love that squeaky noise. Do you? Is it just me? I absolutely love that noise when you scribble onto your class mat.
Yes, I do.
So
I love
it.
And we're just going to do a little bit of a
lovely.
A spritz.
How easy is that?
It's just as easy as that. It's just so simple. All these different techniques, you're just building up and building up, and then obviously you end up with a lovely, lovely project. Wow, I want my pearl ones. Do I have my pearl one? Did I get them out? Oh. You know when, because there's so much in this collection. I've got
dear.
Because you get two lots,
Miraculous.
don't you? You obviously get those beautiful crystal droplets, and you get the pearls as well. So we've got the.
I like that.
Just.
Oh, look at the colours.
Absolutely gorgeous. So what we're going to do with this M is we're going to just fill it all in. So using this, my tacky glue, we're just going to pop. We're just going to do a little bit at a time though, because so this letter took me ages to draw, can I just say?
Oh, bless you.
I'm not into the calligraphy and things like that. I'm normally absolutely rubbish at it. But I took my time. I should have done an L for Lily. That would have been so much simpler.
I tell you what might have been easier as well. If you've got any large letter dies, die cut one of your die cuts and just draw around it.
Yes, of course.
That would have been easier. But hey, hindsight's a beautiful thing.
Well, that's it, isn't it? That's it. So I'm just going to get my tweezers and then just sort of, look at my tweezers, they match. I lost my others, so I had to buy some while I was, I tell you what I could,
Oh dear, they're great tweezers these, aren't they? Good job they're not ones we're trying to sell you.
I was just going to say, they are only cheap ones. They're not like ours.
Check out the website for some quality tweezers that actually pick things up. Buy cheap, buy twice, Michelle.
The hardest thing about it is turning them all over the right way, because some of them are so small.
You can always guarantee they're always the wrong way around, always the opposite.
Always. So all I'm doing, I mean, I'm using my finger now. You know, use your tweezers. If you've got one of those lovely pencils that picks your gems up, use one of those as well.
Sticky picky-uppy tool, one of them.
Yes, yeah, one of those. And then you can fill this as much as you want. Let's get some of those medium ones. That's it, turn it over. Sometimes I just keep throwing them until they turn the right way, because no matter how much you try to turn them over, they just don't do it, do they?
No.
So let's go in there. Let's get, just tip a few more out. There we go. Because you've got so many different sized ones in there as well. You can really sort of fill this up as much as you want. And then on obviously all those little spaces, you can, because I've got a little bit of glue on my finger now, it's picking those gems up lovely.
Your finger is now a sticky picky uppy tool.
I know.
There you go.
I know.
Always reminds me when at school they always used to say to us, oh, you know, God gave you hands before he gave you such and such tool, just use your hands. I don't know if anyone else ever remembers being told that. Yeah,
we had a teacher who used to say that all the time. It was incredibly annoying.
Yeah. And the other one was always, God gave you a backbone. If ever you were slouched over, God gave you a backbone.
Yes.
That was another one.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So we're going to keep popping those in. We're going to keep building that up.
Uh-huh.
And then what we're going to do is, this is going to go down here.
Okay, lovely.
We're going to have a couple of, there's no way that you want to spend the next hour watching me fill that whole thing in. But we're just going to arrange these round the side however we want. I do have a bow somewhere, of course. No, I've got it, look at that.
Oh, that didn't take long, that was very quick.
But I have lost my other bit of ribbon.
Oh.
So I have lost my other bit of ribbon.
Oh my goodness me.
So if I just pop it next to it, you can see I went round the edge with the pink here, but on this I went round the edge with the purple. I did a little bit of my splash was more intense, but again, when you're doing that splashing, it's going to be different on every single project that you do, which is why I love this kind of thing. I went in, I've added a few of the crystal drops in there. And then again, you keep having a little bit of a play about until you're quite happy with it. I brought in my metallic paint marker, again, from that collection, and I've just edged around my letter, which you can see, it pops beautifully, doesn't it? So that's it, really. And I've just added that on the back. What I would as well do is I would cut another heart to cover that up, so it covers all your mess. And then, so that is, you've seen how sort of easy it comes together. The only thing about this is drying between your layers. So always make sure that you're drying or leaving it to dry. So it does take a while, but when you can get results like that, as simply as that, it's very much worth it, isn't it?
It certainly is. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely beautiful, and showing this collection to perfect effect there. All the different items, all those different gorgeous goodies that you've got included as part of your Mermaid Dreams collection. Now for £55.99 or $71.99 if you're part of our Platinum Club, you are getting this 14-piece collection. And I just want to share with you the board so you can see exactly all of the crafty goodies that will be winging their way to you when you go for this amazing Mermaid Dreams collection. So we've got so many different items included, but let's start at the top. We have got our tricolour aqua pen. So these are water-based pen with the 3 different colourways in that one barrel. Next up, same sort of idea here, our tricolour brush pen. Again, 3 different colourways within that one barrel, but alcohol-based this time round. So you're not going to be diluting that one with water, whereas your tricolour aqua is one that you can dilute with water. Next up, we have our beautiful glitter paste. That is our Ocean Song. That is just absolutely gorgeous. All the different colours in there is incredible. Then talking of glitter paste, this time around we've got one of our mesmerising glitter paste, which is where we've got those chunkier elements in there. You've got different sort of grades and sizes of your glitter, which is absolutely gorgeous. Then we go on to one of our metallic paint markers. You might be familiar with these in our bronze, our silver and our gold, but here we've brought you that gorgeous champagne colourway. Next up, oh, look at those gorgeous crystal droplet gems. Aren't they beautiful? Different sizes in those, and you get a full pot worth of those fantastic gems. Then we've got our pearls colourways, all matching perfectly. You can see across the board, everything is colour coordinated. Then we move on to one of our ink pads. This time, it's one of our shimmer ink pads in the seashell pink. Look at the shimmer on there, just absolutely incredible. Then we've got some of our glitter. So that's a big pot of glitter. You can use it to accent your designs using some of your glue pens perhaps. Use it in your shaker cards as well. It's going to be ideal. That is your sea spray glitter. Next up, we have got one of our shimmer sprays, Call of the Sea. What a poetic name, loving that name. One of our fantastic little spritzer bottles, exactly the same as the other colourways that we bring to you. You can use it for lots and lots of different effects, spritzing through stencils. You can even paint with those as well. Absolutely gorgeous colourway that's matching with everything else. Then we've got some of our sequins in starlit waves, ideal for your shaker cards of those sequins. Then you've got a pot of your glitter glue in your fantastic glittering ocean colour. Of course, you could use it to accent designs or even to create almost like little glitter drops. Then we've got one of our chalky duet ink pads. Those are our fantastic hybrid ink pads. That's our sea glass colour. And then finally, oh my goodness me, look at the shine on our gilding flakes. That is our lilac pool. I'd certainly like to dive into a lilac pool, especially if it's as shimmery as that. It looks absolutely beautiful. All 14 of those amazing crafty goodies coming to you for that Platinum Club price today of £55.99 or $71.99. Perhaps there's items in there that you're absolutely loving the look of. I know Rachel on the socials says she had to buy multiples of the glitter paste because she loved that one so much. So perhaps think about going for the collection. Then there's this individual items. For me, it was the gems and the pearls. I had to throw a few extra of those into my stash when I went for this collection. So do check out the website for individuals and think if you want to multi-buy any extras if you so choose. So that's your fantastic Mermaid Dreams collection. There were a couple of items I want to share with you as well that I know Michelle used in that demonstration. I want to give you the opportunity to add these to your crafty stash if you don't already have them. That's going to enable you to create those sorts of amazing effects that Michelle's just had with that beautiful demonstration. So first up, we've got an amazing saving on our stencil collection here. Better than half price on this one. You are saving a whopping £28.93 or $35.77, taking that Platinum Club price all the way down to £21.60 or $27.20. And I love the fact that here we're bringing you different ranges, different collections of stencils. It's not just about one range that we've brought you in the past. We've mixed and matched, so you've got even more options and lots of different sizes of stencils as well, which is fantastic for creating lots and lots of different types of projects that you might be creating. So first up, we're going to go to this fantastic set of 3 stencils here, our trio stencils, this being our opulent trio. We launched these with our duet ink pads, but of course you can use stencils with any sort of ink pad or lots of different mediums besides your ink pads as well. Think of your glitter paste, think of your shimmer sprays, or even think of just dry embossing these through your die cutting machines as well. 3 lovely long slimline size stencils that you've got with here in this collection. Next up, again from that same range, these are going to be ideal for your masculine cards, for your kids' cards as well. I think this one being your textile trio. Again, 3 separate stencils as part of this collection. Think as well, maybe bringing in your art liners, those fine line pens, and starting to doodle into here, maybe doing those sort of Zen doodling type effects. That's yet another option that you can be experimenting with when it comes to your stencils. That stencil there is one of the favourite of so many of us on the team. You'll see it in demonstrations and samples time and time again, a super useful stencil. This one being our stylish trio. Once again, 3 separate stencils. You can use, of course, that entirety of the stencil. You can use just sections. You can mix and match them together as well. Lots of crafty playtime can be had with that fantastic collection of stencils. Oh, other way, there we go. Looks even better the right way around, that is for certain. Next up, the one we've just seen in that previous demonstration, our love hearts. This time, again, you're getting 3 separate stencils. Love the fact that you've got that really large background stencil. You've got almost like your focal point stencil, and you've also got a border as well, all in that beautiful love heart design. You can see here how fantastically well it's going to work with all of those glitter pastes that I know so many of you have in your crafty stash. Next up from that same range, we did launch these with our glitter paste. This being our fantastic spots and dots, can create some really funky effects with this one, and that one as well. If you turn it that way around, it can look like falling snow if you so choose. So lots of options when it comes to that fantastic set of 3 stencils once again. Then next up, a really fantastic one for working with lots of other items we've brought to you in the past. Maybe it's going to be the Masquerade Ball collection, maybe it's Nature's Garden Peacock, perhaps it's even going to be the Angel collection. Lots of feathers we've brought to you in the past, and this peacock feather set of stencils is going to work well with those as well. You've got the 3 stencils once again, your background, your topper and your border. But of course, think for your border, you can be masking elements off. You don't have to use that entirety of the stencil. It could just be one of those peacock feathers that you are working with for that particular project. And then finally, an absolutely gorgeous, really opulent design that we've got here with our swirls and flourishes. Once again, that really large background stencil, your topper, and of course that border as well. Works in either orientation with this one, giving you even more versatility when it comes to this fantastic set of stencils. That is our 7-piece collection. We say 7-piece collection, 7 sets, but you are getting 21 stencils in total for just £21.60 or $27.20. That's working out at just over £1 per stencil. And if you're looking at some of these stencils being that whopping 7-inch by 7-inch size, you can see that's absolutely fantastic value for money. Now, one final thing I want to share with you before we go to a quick break to give you a chance to check out those crafty baskets, because I know a lot of you are adding to your carts, adding all these crafty goodies to those carts, and I want to give you a chance to check out in just a moment. But before you do that, we want to share with you these watercolour clear acrylic stamps. Michelle used these in that previous demonstration, and they are absolutely fantastic. Now, we did launch these with our shimmering watercolour palettes, but of course these are stamps that you can use with any medium of your choice. It could be a Mermaid Dreams like we've just seen. It could literally just be heat embossed in gold onto black cardstock, no colouring needed if you so choose. Could be alcohol-based pens, it could be any medium at all. They are just beautiful images that you've got as part of this collection. £17 or $25 gets even better if you're part of our Platinum Club. All 4 sets that I'm just about to show you for just £13.60 or $20, a whopping 26 stamps in total, which is amazing. Lots and lots of possibilities within this collection. So first up, we've got our With Love stamp set. You can see here we've stamped onto white and onto black. Here it's been coloured with our watercolour palette, so you can see that beautiful shimmer and shine that we've got onto there. This is certainly going to be a timeless classic when it comes to your crafting. Florals and butterflies never date, so it's definitely going to be one that you're going back to time and time again. Next up, I really like this one. It's going to be great, I think, for scrapbook pages as well, memory albums. Maybe you've had a trip to the beach, a day out by the seaside. It's going to be absolutely ideal. This being your fantastic Seize the Day stamp set. You've got all your lovely shells and you've got your sentiment included as well. Next up, we did bring to you a butterfly, so quite frankly, it'd be rude not to bring you a dragonfly. I think there's always something so almost quite mystical and magical about dragonflies. This being our fantastic Best Wishes stamp set, you've got your beautiful dragonfly alongside those florals as well. And then finally, I think this one would be ideal for your Thanksgiving cards, for those autumnal makes. Maybe it's going to be Harvest Festival. This being your Just For You. You've got your lovely sunflowers, you've got your leaves. Of course, change up those colourways. They could be autumn leaves, they could be spring or summer leaves. That choice is down to you when you're choosing your colourways. All 4 stamp sets I've just shown you, that's a whopping 26 clear stamps in total for £13.60 or $20. Wow, lots of amazing crafty goodies that we've shared with you already. Just 45 minutes into this wake-up call, we've got just over an hour and a quarter left. Lots more inspiration coming your way, and of course, lots more amazing products that we want to share with you. But of course, we're going to give you that chance to check out your baskets. Maybe have a little shop around the website, have a little bit of a look in that outlet sale, up to 70% savings, which is absolutely amazing. And as well, if you're thinking about those last-minute Christmas gifts, those e-gift cards are going to be absolutely ideal. While we do that, we'll show you a little clip all about Crafters TV, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly
what
how
does she do?
he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. Have you checked out your carts? Have you treated yourself to some crafty goodies? Maybe it's going to be an early Christmas present to yourself, or maybe you're shopping for another crafter in your life and you're picking up their Christmas presents. We'd love to hear what you've been shopping for today. We have had actually a comment coming, very exciting, coming in from Pauline. She said, yeah, it is a very good morning. The order she placed yesterday, yeah, this is amazing. Top work from the warehouse. The order she placed yesterday in the paper and card flash sale has already been delivered. Next day delivery, my goodness me, but unfortunately she needs to finish work before she can play. Well, Pauline, I know exactly how you feel, but honestly, you'll be counting down the hours. I'd love to hear what paper and card you treat yourself to, but wowzers, next day delivery? That is incredible.
Very good.
Especially the sort of prices you will have been paying, because quite frankly, the absolute bargains in that flash sale yesterday. So very, very exciting. But if you've been shopping today, maybe you're taking advantage of our double points for today only. We'd love to hear what you've been shopping for. Now it is time though to tempt you with something else. If you've not added this to your crafty stash already, I'm going to tempt you with this one because it is an absolutely fantastic collection and something a little bit different as well, which I think is fantastic. Maybe you're thinking about creating cards, projects, maybe it's going to be scrapbook pages, gifts that you're going to be making for maybe younger members of the family. Teenagers can sometimes be a little bit more difficult to create for, let's be honest. Then this is going to sort of fill a gap in your crafty stash. I think a lot of you will be looking at this this collection thinking you've not got an awful lot that's particularly like this in your collection already, so it's going to be ideal to sort of fill that hole in your crafty stash. I have to say this for me is right up my street. If you saw the photo, I think it was last weekend I put them up on my social, I've actually decorated my craft room in honour of this collection. It's been inspired by this collection. When we come to look at some of the paper and cardstock in just a moment, I have used some of the papers from this collection to actually make all the labels for my boxes in my craft room. So this is how much I love this collection, and I know a lot of you at home are big fans of this collection as well. So we've got 3 separate collections that form the Wild at Heart Sarah signature range. I'm going to take you through the Essentials collection first. This is where you get sort of the main bulk of the collection, if you like, where you've got your dies, your stamps, your stencils and so on. So this is a 16-piece collection that I'm about to show you for £78.40 or $102.20. An awful lot to get through with this one, so I'll start off with the fantastic Glamour Girl stamp and stencil set that we've got here. This is the one that we showed you right at the top of the show. Michelle showed you that fantastic sample using your glitter paste onto the eyelids there. It looked absolutely incredible. Of course, you can be using these standalone or building them together to create that beautiful sort of makeup design with that fantastic set. Next up, something really quite fun and quirky with our sentiments. You have got your Stay Wild stamp set here. Something really different when it comes to these sentiments. You've got things like Be Wild, Dare to Dream, Yes Queen. I have to say, I've never seen a stamp that says that before. How individual is that? It's going to make your project stand out that little bit more. And if you are thinking about making to sell, then how different is that going to be? It's really going to make your creations stand out from the crowd, that is for sure. Next up, a fantastic set of both dies and stencils. We are bringing to you the die that will create that handbag. We've got all the separate little accessories as well, so you can sort of build that up however you so choose. But not just bringing to you the die, but actually bringing to you 2 separate stencils, so you can start to bring in that design, start to add the patterns, add the prints onto that bag and customise that bag however you so choose. Next up, it won't be a collection if we're bringing you a bag without the shoes to match. So of course you can be using the same papers, the same colourways, so you can be creating cards with literally the handbag and the shoes to match. Love the fact with this one you've got that outline die that creates the shoe itself, but then you've got that inner detail that's separate. So it's up to you whether you have it in a solid colour or whether you bring that detail in there. That choice is entirely yours. And then we've got that fantastic set of bow dies, not just 1 but 2 really gorgeous decorative lacy bows. Think about snipping into those as well, maybe decoupaging them up, layering them together, and think of using this outside this collection with lots of other things that you've already got in your crafty stash. Next up, we've got the fantastic Chin Chin. I mean, this is going to be great for any sort of celebratory occasion. Maybe it's a birthday, an anniversary, a wedding, lots of different options. But once again, we're bringing to you both the dies and the stencil as well. So if you want a leopard print drink, well, quite frankly, why on earth not? How fabulous is that? Now, I do say time and time again, I love my nesting dies, so I'm delighted that we're bringing to you a fantastic set of nesting dies as part of this collection. Here you've got both the square designs and the circular designs as well, which of course will all nest together, or you can be using them separately. That choice is entirely yours with those. Next up, we're bringing to you edgeable dies as well, and I always say I love edgeable dies for their versatility. With an edgeable die, what we mean is that one side will cut out of your cardstock, the other side will stay in your cardstock. So you can be creating borders like we have done here, or you can actually be using it on the front of your card, whether it's going to be landscape or portrait. That choice is entirely yours, because that piece of cardstock there can be as long as short or as you like. Works ideally on your box lid sides as well. Next up, maybe you've wanted to try a little bit of ribbon threading in the past, but you've not wanted to commit to a large collection. Well, how about going for this range and having the opportunity to work with one of these ribbon threading dies and give it a go? Looks absolutely fantastic even without ribbon as well, so you're not having to use ribbon each and every single time. Of course, it could be twine, it could be thread, lots of options besides just ribbon. But with this one, you've got that inner cut-in detail and 2 outer cut lines. So it's completely up to you whether you're cutting that detail completely into your cardstock, if you're cutting it out using both edges, or you're just using one edge, so it's going to be on the side of your card. You've got so many options with that fantastic set of dies. Next up, embossing folders, and these are just absolutely fantastic. You've got so much depth, so much dimension with these 3D embossing folders. Amazing for using with your inks. Perhaps you're going to be embossing even onto craft metal. Perhaps you're going to be embossing and sanding that back, but it's going to be a great scene setter for adding all of those embellishments onto there as well. Next up, we have got some fantastic stencils. Aren't these just fantastic? Because we've not just got that outer, the design, that main background stencil that you can be inking through, spritzing through, adding your glitter paste through. You have also got that inner stencil as well, that oval that I know you're going to be using time and time again, not just with this stencil. Use them together to get that sort of effect, or of course use them separately as well. And the same sort of idea with this one, but of course we're not bringing to you yet another oval, because you could be using the oval from that set alongside this one. Here we're bringing to you a circle, so you've got that option to mix and match across the different stencil sets. And it's the same sort of idea with this one. We've got the heart stencil in there, and then that background design as well. And then finally, one more embossing folder, which is our raw gorgeous zebra print that you've got on that 5x7 folder. And then finally, it wouldn't be a collection without a few little extra embellishments. So we are bringing to you the most beautiful, it's so tactile, this is just absolutely lovely, your velvet ribbon in your black and that lovely fuchsia pink, 2 different widths of each. And then finally, we're also bringing to you not just gems, not just pearls, but both of them. How fantastic to have all your different colourways, all your different sizes as well in gems and pearls. Oh my goodness me, I feel like I need to take a breath because there is so much included as part of that amazing collection. We see the name Essentials collection. I think you're probably thinking it might just be 1 or 2 elements, but blimey me, you're getting a whopping 16 elements as part of our Essential collection for that Platinum Club price today of £78.40 or $102.40. And of course, don't forget today, we've spun the wheel, we've landed on double points. So when you're going for that collection, you're also going to be getting double points on top of that saving. Wow, so that's our first sort of main collection. But next up, I'm going to show you a few smaller bundles. Maybe you've not got quite as much of a budget to spend on your crafting today, but you still want to pick up a few lovely crafty goodies to get playing with, then this one might be the one for you. This is your embellishment kit selection. So you're getting these fabulous, beautiful embellishments as part of this collection. So you're getting your shimmer inks, your gilding flakes, and your glitter as well. But I'm going to show you the board so you can see all the different sort of colourways and finishes that you're getting. So that's what's going to be coming home to you when you go for this collection. For the Platinum Club price today of £30.40 or $36.80. So first up, we've got our gilding flakes. Now you can see there the fantastic colours. I mean, look at that. Oh my goodness, that is definitely Lilly Gilding Flakes. That is my favourite colour. It's shiny, it's glittery, it's gorgeous. You can't go wrong. But it's not just about the gilding flakes. We are bringing to you the full kit. So of course you get your pot of gilding flakes, and our top tip is always to decant that into a larger pot because they do expand, and you'll find you do get a lot more than it looks like you've got there. But it's about the full kit. It's about being able to create all those techniques straight out the pack without needing other tools as well. So we bring to you the glue, we bring to you the dry ink pad, apply your glue to that to moisten that up, and then you've also got your lovely sponges as well. Then next up we have our glitter paste, 2 different colourways of your glitter paste. Really love that brownie sort of mint colour. I think that's super stylish, and once again that beautiful pink that will match with the gilding flakes we've just seen. And then finally we also have our beautiful shimmer ink pad. So you've got your 6 mini little ink pads here. Lovely cubes, really nice and easy to work with, fit perfectly in the palm of your hand. You've got the 6 different colourways there. Absolutely beautiful colourways, so shimmery as well. Think of stamping with them, thinking of adding them onto your embossing folders. Perhaps you're going to be inking through your stencils, inking the edges of your cardstock. They're just going to give your projects that little bit of shimmer, that little bit of shine, and of course that touch of luxury. So all of those gorgeous embellishments for £30.40 or $36.80. Now we do have one final bundle that we'll be sharing with you in just a little while. That's our paper kit bundle. You will find that over on the shop today on the website. But I think we've shown you a lot of product, we've shown you a lot of gorgeous goodies, but as always, the best way to see these gorgeous goodies is to actually see them in action and see the sorts of things we're creating when we get our products home. So in order to do that, we're going to go over to Michelle and have a demonstration. So Michelle, what have you got coming up?
So I've picked a few of the bits from the collection. And because we're doing this in beautiful beginnings later, I'm going to go back to basics. We're just going to create a stunning but nice and simple and easy to put together card. So I've got my stamp set. I've got that gorgeous Oh So Glam. So that is, in fact, let me pop it out. You've got that gorgeous nesting set of dies there. And so if you remember, we used these on the train. These for the front of the train and for my wheels. So don't look at it and think it's just a lovely matte and layer set. It's absolutely not. So many uses. That one on its own, so many uses, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I've got the beautiful bows, and again, they're a lovely size. I mean, you look at the front and you think it's a couple of small bows, but actually, they're quite a large size bow. So they're going to be a nice focal point on the front of any of your cards. And then again, I've got the chin chin. And again, it's a nice size. I mean, you're talking just short, well, just 3.5 to 4 inches in height. So again, a nice, decent size. So let's pop those to the side. And we will start with this one. So I'm going to use this particular one. Let me just get those.
Has somebody not cleaned their dies
Someone's
out?
not cleaned their dies. It wasn't me. Oh, it might, no, it wasn't me. I'm pretty sure someone's used it since I last used it. I don't know, should we go with Debbie? Debbie always blames me.
True, but I feel maybe we should be gentle on her because she's a little bit poorly.
Yes.
Who else should we blame? To be fair, I usually blame you, Michelle, and I can't really do that this time.
Thanks.
Let's blame Debbie Fisher. I never blame Debbie Fisher, so let's do that.
No, we'll go with that.
She's here this weekend, though, but we won't be, so we'll be all right.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, we're not here to be told.
To feel the wrath.
So this textured cardstock is from the Wild at Heart collection. Yep. I'm using our white stamping card or our white multi-purpose. I think it's just called white card now, isn't it? So just our white card for this, and then again we're going to pick one of the bows, and again let me just pop those last few bits out in there. If you've got your brush, that's going to work on here, or you can always do it Debbie style and just throw it on the desk. And then so I'm going to use some of that beautiful flocked card or paper. It's absolutely stunning.
That's the one actually that I've used to decorate my storage boxes in my craft room.
Yeah.
That's the very one, yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't blame you. I think everything in this collection is just absolutely gorgeous. But I think because it's such a big and bold collection, you can just take little elements of this and use it with all of your other collections because you don't need a lot.
Oh yeah.
You don't need a lot of this at all. So you're going to get, it's going to last you a lot longer. You're going to get so much more use out of it because of that reason.
I'm just thinking as well, obviously we've got the lovely animal prints across the papers in this collection. We will have a look at the papers in just a few moments. But as well, we've got those lovely animal on the edge stamping dies coming up tonight. If you want to give them a little bit of a funky look and feel, then why not mix in, especially with like your lions and tigers as part of those stamps, why not mix in these papers? Because it's going to give you a little bit of a different look and feel, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. You're going to have so much in your stash that actually you're going to be able to use with these. And the thing is, you've got those embossing folders, you've got the stencils, so use the stencils to create the same sort of colourways as the animals from that Animals on the Edge. Animals on the Edge.
I'm an animal on the edge. I'm not being funny, but if somebody sent me a card with a pink tiger on, I'd be chuffed. I'd love it. You know, it doesn't have to be realistic. Pink tiger, pink lion, why not?
Exactly, exactly.
Artistic licence, I believe they call it.
Definitely. I'm going to leave that for now because I'm going to pop my card together and then I'm going to decide if I want to put that on or not. I mean, there's no point me sort of die cutting it out yet if I'm not quite sure. I've die cut it out in the white as well. Again, just our white card, just to give it a bit of a drop shadow. In fact, I've got another one here as well, and I've got more pink on this one. Okay. So I'm going to use that one over the top.
Isn't it interesting what area of the paper you die cut, what a different effect it gives?
Yes, yeah, definitely. So let's just pop the rest of those out, and very simply, we're just going to, on the flocked piece, the piece that I'm going to put on top, that is the piece that I'm going to put my dotty tape pen on top. And then I'm gonna, so for the drop shadow, we're just gonna bring it down. I'm just gonna bring it down from the top. You can bring it down and across to the left, you can bring it down and across to the right, or you can just bring it down. It's entirely up to you. It doesn't really matter. It depends on, you know, what pleases your eye. So I've just come straight down with that. Happy with that. I've got my little circles cut out, and then I'm going to bring this in.
And in terms of when we're sticking onto the flock paper, is there anything we need to bear in mind in terms of a special adhesive, or is it just sort of normal rules apply?
Yeah, so if I'm gluing something onto my flocked card, I'm going to use my tacky glue every time. I know me and you differ with that, don't we?
I think I'm the only one that's naughty when it comes to that, but yeah.
Yeah, so anything with a coating, I always go for my tacky glue.
Okay.
So, I suppose, you know what, I mean, Lily does use the Collage glue. It must work because
it does, yeah.
you use it.
It does. I can vouch for that one, but of course we do always say, with your coated cardstock, go for your tacky glue.
Yeah, definitely. So a nice 5x7 base card, and again, I use our white card all the time for my bases. If I'm making a base, that's the card I'm going to use, because you've got that beautiful 300 GSM, which means it's going to be nice and sturdy every single time.
You will find though now on our website we do have our pre-made card bases and envelopes. Works out great value for money, of course, to get all your envelopes included as well as your card bases.
Yeah.
Especially if you're making to sell, maybe making for charity as well, definitely a good one to go for. So do check out the website for all of our card bases and envelopes. Lots of different sizes, but not just about the different sizes, it's about the fact we're getting different colourways in those as well. So we've even got like craft card bases, which are not always quite so easy to find. So do check those out over on the website.
Yeah, the other thing is they are brilliant, and again, they're a nice GSM, so perfect card base weight. And if you are, you know, if you struggle with your envelopes, they're absolutely brilliant. You know, if you're not into making your own card bases, again, absolutely brilliant for things like that. Again, just another layer of white cardstock, and then I've got that flock paper.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So I think when you're doing a nice and simple card, I think when you do mats and layers, even though you're keeping the card simple, adding all those mats and layers, again, it really just makes it look and feel that little bit more expensive, advanced.
Yeah, luxurious, I think, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were woe-betide, if you were going into the shops and having a look at the cards in there, they don't have the mats and layers, they don't have the depth, they don't have the dimension. That's one of the things that's going to really set your cards apart when you're making your own handmade cards.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to pop that to the side for now. Again, using the textured cardstock, I've just trimmed a piece of card to 2 inches by 4 1/4, so it just fits across there lovely. And then I've got my white layer that I'm going to pop on the top, but we're not going to leave it like that. We're going to bring in some of our flocked powder, and we're going to bring in some of our red liner.
Okay.
So, because you've got those lovely pots of flock in here, you've got that lovely black, and you've got that brown. We're going to use those. So this is just, again, it's tying it all in. I've got that flocked paper that I've used. I could pop a strip of, again, cut the flocked paper down and cut a strip across. But when we've got that flocked pots, when we've got that flocking in here.
Easy for you to say.
I'm being very careful.
Yes.
It seems a shame not to use them. And you can use them in any way you want. I'm just going to put a border around this topper piece. It's going to have my sentiment on the top. You could use your tacky glue and create, you know, some of the pattern if you want with this. It's entirely up to you. Have a real good play with it. The fact that it's there, you know, means that use it. Don't just use it in quite simple ways. So we've got that beautiful stencil, haven't we, with the eyes.
Yeah.
You can use it through that as well, but then go on to sort of use it in other different ways. Because once you flock, You
You'll
can't
never stop.
stop.
Oh, wow, love that.
Could you tell I've been on with Ben yesterday?
Yeah, well, yeah, I certainly can. So obviously you've used your red liner tape here. Does it have to be a super strong adhesive like your red liner tape, or would just a regular double-sided finger lift work?
Your finger lift tape will work,
Okay.
absolutely. Your tacky glue will work, but yeah, your finger lift tape will work because there's enough stick on it for your flock to stick on there. So
Perfect.
it's more than strong enough to work with that as well. I'm using my red liner tape because it's always my go-to when I do anything like this. I know Craig likes to use the finger lift tape a lot, doesn't he? He uses it a lot more than... But I think that's it. I think we all have a bit of a personal preference when it comes to certain things. So just give that a bit of a tap. And I've got a lovely border now.
Look at that.
With that. If you find that you've got a few little bits that you feel has gone a little bit bald or a little bit sparse.
It's got a little bit bald, oh dear. It's been a stressful week for this flock. It's got a little bit bald.
And, do you know, I use that word because we used to have flocked wallpaper when I was little. And I used to pick it because, you know...
As you do.
You know, that texture. And I can remember my mum walking by one day and she went, "My God, my wallpaper's got bald spots on it." And so it sticks in my mind every time I'm using flocking and I've got sort of sparse bits, I think, it's gone a little bit bald. But that's absolutely fine now. It's not bald.
Not bald. So it's had a hair transplant, it's no longer bald.
It's not, no. So I'm just going to bring in just my tissue just to wipe in that middle bit. And get rid of all that bit. So now when I bring this in and I pop this on here and then I've got that matching flocking on there, we're going to pop this in the middle, but I've got my sentiment stamped onto this one. And then it ties it all in. I've got that flocked paper on the background. I've been able to use my flocking in that pot. So again, it's just making use of everything that you've got in that collection. It just seems such a shame to have it there and not use it, use it. Because we're either scared to use it, we're not really sure how to use it, where to use it. But just something as simple as doing that is absolutely perfect.
I think sometimes as well it's so pretty that we get we get a bit too precious, we get too worried about using it. We think, oh, it's pretty, I don't want to use it. But honestly, I always remember somebody saying to me once, the worst value thing that you can have in your crafty stash is by not actually using it.
Yes.
That's like the most expensive thing that you can have in your crafty stash. You're not getting value from anything if you're not using it. So do just have a play. You can see you get really generous sized pots as part of this collection. You can see there a little goes an awfully long way. So just get it out, have a play, give it a go. Because at the end of the day, if you're not using it, quite frankly, there's no point in having it in our stash, is there really? Yeah,
absolutely. I never thought of it like that, but yeah, absolutely.
I remember somebody saying that to me once and it was kind of like a light bulb moment. I was like, yeah, it's absolutely true. If you're not using it, you're not getting any sort of value from it, are you?
No. No, definitely not. So I'm going to pop that a little bit further up, just there.
Oh, I'm loving how this is coming together. It's beautiful.
And then I've got, that's, again, this has got to be one of my most favourite, most used little sort of nesting die sets. We're going to pop that in the middle.
Love the fact that as well it's been sized specifically to work with those stamps. So you're going to get the stamps in the set. A lot of them are going to fit within that circle nesting die.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the one I've used. So I've used the Fabulous Friend. But when you pop them out, just get your circle and sort of, you know, have a bit of a play. I mean, that Stay Wild doesn't quite fit, but, you know, if you sort of just ink the Stay up and pop it to the top, you can then, you know, put the Wild below. So you can even, with just a little bit of masking tape, low tack tape, you know, tape one of the words so you can then, you know, make them fit in a bit of a different way.
We do have our masket tape over on the shop today. You've got a pack of 3 different rolls, I believe it is. That's one of our star buys for today. So do check out the website if you're wanting that fantastic masket tape. Lots of techniques you can do with that, whether it's masking for your stamping, whether it's masking when you can bring your inks into play. It's a really versatile and also reusable medium. So do check out the website for your fantastic Spectrum Noir masket tape.
Right, so I've popped that on there. And I have decided that I do want to use this because I feel I want to pop that there.
Oh, yeah, that works.
And then I'm going to have my little bow at the bottom. So I'm going to pop that just to the top, and then I'm going to bring in white card for that. Oh, I've cut that just right, haven't I?
Oh, that's satisfying, isn't it?
And then
Nothing better.
we're going to have some matching tiger prints, leopard prints, whatever print that one is, bubbles in our drink. Because
Tiger, I think.
if we could do that in real life, have something that pretty, we absolutely would. So, and that's what crafting's about. It doesn't have to look real. You don't have to look and think, well, it wouldn't look like that normally.
That's all part of the fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's sort of like
it is.
Creating your own world, if you like.
That's
no
it.
rules apply.
That's it, definitely. So let me just get under there, my low-tack, high-tack tape. There we go. And pop that off. I'm going to use, I'm going to use just my collal glue on the back of this.
Okay.
In fact, I'm going to use my dotted because I've got those bubbles, and you can guarantee that my wet glue will seep through those bubbles, and we don't want that.
Absolutely not.
So there we go. So again, let's pop this on and see if we're more happy with that, and I definitely am.
That's gorgeous.
So just a bit of glue on the back of here because I just want to attach it to that bit. So again, when I'm sort of doing a little bit of a placement like this, I'm going to keep bringing that back in to make sure that when I pop that down, I'm sort of happy with where it is. Do I want it over or under? But I'm going to pop it under, and then I'm going to commit to the stick.
Commit to the stick. One of our favourite phrases.
Absolutely. So just a couple of foam pads on there. I'm going to pop, and I'm going to put it on a little bit of an angle. And then this now can go underneath there. So again, I'm going to use my dotty because I've got that lovely die cut area on there. I'm going to pop that on there. So with this, if you're worried about that being sort of up in the air and not stuck down, you can either use some of our 3D glue gel underneath these, or, you know, put 2 or 3 foam pads underneath, sort of trimmed, but I'm not going to for now. I don't feel like I really need to. The only other thing I'm going to do, if I can find them, is I've just got my gems.
Oh, it's got to be done.
It has got to be done, but because you do have the little die for some bubbles in here, so you can either cut that out, or we're just going to use a couple of these tiny little gems instead. So let's just pop a few of these on here in place of sort of the bubbles.
Oh, cute.
And I'm going to leave that there instead. So
That is
all
gorgeous.
nice and simple bits to come together. So just I think using those flocked papers, that's it. You don't need just flocked papers is all I need to say.
Absolutely.
Full stop.
Honestly, if I could get a feature wall in my house of that exact paper,
Yeah.
I would be a very happy crafter.
Yes.
Might have to put the idea to Leanne, like, can we start doing wallpapers, please? Because honestly, that would make me very, very happy. But an absolutely stunning card. I know Michelle said it's quite simple, but it certainly doesn't look simple. But that's the beauty when you've got absolutely gorgeous crafty items like this collection. This being our Wild at Heart collection. And one of the comments we've just had come through from one of our lovely viewers sums it up kind of perfectly for me when it comes to this collection. This is coming from Christina. So good morning, Christina. Lovely to have your company. I say good morning, it's actually afternoon now, so good afternoon. It might be morning where you are if you're stateside. She says, I must say I'm not a mass animal print fan, but elements of the Wild at Heart would be right up my street, and she loves the fact that Crafter's Companion always brings us something for everyone, and I think that hits the absolute nail on the head. I know personally I love my animal print. Debbie Robinson's exactly the same. She loves her animal print, but I know it might not be absolutely everybody's cup of tea, but there is something for everybody as part of this collection. That's why we give you options in terms of the smaller bundles or even the individuals that you'll find over on the website. So if you want to cherry pick and choose the elements that you want from from this collection. Maybe it's going to be some of the papers, maybe it's going to be the embellishments, maybe it's going to be those nesting dies. There is something for absolutely everyone. Bring in different papers that you've already got in your crafty stash and you will be changing that look and feel entirely each and every single time you craft with this range. But talking of papers, we've not shared with you this amazing bundle just yet. This is one of those where maybe you went for the collection in its entirety when we launched it back during birthday in October. And if you're anything like me, I have to say I have had to restock in the papers because I do love this collection. But if you're looking at those papers, you're thinking, I've not got as many left as maybe I would like, this is the bundle to go for to restock those papers and get even more from your collection. This is your paper pack special. You are getting everything that I'm about to show you for £47.20 or $64.80. And don't forget, double points on this one for today only. I'm going to start off with our fantastic 12 by 12 inch paper pad. You are getting the fantastic 37 sheets, a little bit of a random number, but 37 sheets as part of this one. It is it's 180 GSM and it's double-sided on all of these apart from the sentiments that I'll show you in the end just a moment. Beautiful designs. On one side it's got your animal print fused with those beautiful floral designs. On the other side it's just your pure animal print, but you do have some papers where it's animal print on both sides. You've got almost like a faux gold flecks in there, beautiful flowers that you could be snipping into. You could of course be embossing this with it being uncoated, bring in those stencils that we've got as part of the collection, add in maybe it's going to be your glitter glues, maybe it's going to be some of your glitter paste, perhaps even gilding waxes or ink the edges, tear them if you so choose. Lots of different options where we bring to you that fantastic paper that is uncoated. It allows you to take this even further if you so choose. Love that one. How funky is that? I'm thinking perhaps you're going to be using that for scrapbook pages. Maybe it's going to be something like a tropical holiday that you've been on. That would work a treat for that. That one is my personal favourite. I think there's something so elegant and sophisticated about that. Mix that with some of your gold card and it looks super, super luxurious. And then as we come to the back, you've got your sentiments. All you need to do is take your trimmer or your guillotine and start to snip into those. And you've got sentiments for your cards and projects good to go. That's a 12 by 12 pad, 37 sheets in total. We're bringing to you exactly the same in 6x6 format, and again 37 sheets as part of this, all double-sided apart from our sentiment page at the end. Just that we've shrunk the designs down, we've scaled them down to fit into that smaller format pad. So if you're making smaller projects, little cards, maybe it's gift tags, little gift boxes, then this is going to be ideal with that smaller format pad. Next up, it's got to be my favourite as part of this little bundle that we've got here. It is the amazing special effect papers. You're getting 24 sheets. I'm going to try and get these out of the pack here so I can show you some of the amazing designs. You've got, of course, the more traditional colours of your animal print. It's like your brown giraffe prints that you can see there. And then, of course, you've got your really funky print when it comes to the pink leopard print you've got in there. You've got all that texture. They're so tactile. They're absolutely amazing. 24 sheets, 180 GSM. You're getting multiples of each, that being one of my absolute favourites. Cut into these, you can still die cut them. You can still do lots of different techniques with these. Great for mat and layers, but like Michelle was saying earlier, because they are so luxurious, because they do look so special, you don't actually need to use an awful lot of those on your projects for maximum impact. Next up, we've got some of our linen card. This is going to be great for going alongside those paper pads for your mats and layers. The colourways work perfectly with all the tones that you've got in your paper pad. 250 GSM linen card, 24 sheets across those beautiful colourways. And then finally, the piece de resistance is the fact that we're getting this 12 by 12 pad of cardstock. This is 300 GSM. Look at that. Oh my goodness me, that colour is beautiful. It's your non-shed glitter. It's so smooth. Honestly, you would not believe, if you were to shut your eyes and stroke that paper, you would not believe that that is actually glitter card. It's so smooth. You can die cut it, you can emboss it. That colourway, there's something incredibly classy about that. But again, it's going to work with all those papers that we've just had a little look at. You've got your black. How useful is that going to be? And then we move on to our mirror cards. You've got that beautiful gold mirror card on there, and then the stunning raspberry pink mirror card as well. All of those 12 by 12 sheets, you are getting 20 sheets as part of that pad. Wow, an awful lot of paper and card that you're getting as part of this amazing collection. That being your paper pack special for £47.20 or $64.80. Great opportunity to restock. Maybe if you got that collection, the fantastic Wild at Heart, when it launched back in October, now's definitely the time to restock on those papers. And when you've got double points, it makes it even better. Now we're going to go back to the item, the beautiful collection that we started at Wake Up Call with this morning, and it is of course our Mermaid Dreams collection. You can be using some of these items as part of this collection alongside your Wild at Heart. Absolutely, why on earth not? But look at all the gorgeous crafty goodies that you are getting as part of this Mermaid Dreams 14-piece collection. You're getting everything from pens, ink pads, shimmer, sprays, you're getting glitter glues, you're getting absolutely tons for £55.99 or $71.99, once again with double points. But before we get a little bit more inspiration in this last half an hour from Michelle, I just want to take you through all of the goodies that you're getting as part of this range. We call it like a mixed media range, but I don't want you to be put off by that term mixed media. I know it can sometimes sound really daunting. You sort of think it's got to be really arty, really messy. You've got paints left, right and centre. You've got an apron on and all the rest of it. Absolutely not. All mixed media means is that you're using different mediums. So perhaps you've created a card, you've coloured a stamped image in using alcohol pens and you've stuck a ribbon and some gems on it. That by definition is mixed media. You've got alcohol pen colouring, you've got ribbons, you've got gems. That is literally mixed media. So I know all of you guys at home, you do mixed media day in, day out. We just sort of, we don't even register that we do it. So do not be daunted, do not be put off by that term mixed media. It's just allowing you, for me, mixed media is like creative playtime. It's getting all your goodies out, all those different mediums and just having a good old-fashioned play. And this collection is going to allow you to do just that. But we've taken all the hard work, all the thinking out of it, because we have colour matched everything within this collection. So you can pick up each and any of these items that is coming as part of this range, and you know colour-wise they're all going to work together, which just makes it so much more enjoyable. We can concentrate on the fun bits rather than worrying about colour coordination, which I know a lot of us struggle with. So as part of the collection, we are getting one of our tricolour aqua pens. That's almost like a 3 pen in one. You're getting those 3 different colourways there contained in the one water-based pen. Then on this side, we have got one of our tricolour brush pens. This one, same sort of idea as your tricolour aqua, but this time it's alcohol-based. 3 different colourways within that one barrel. We're bringing to you 2 different glitter pastes. One is one of our, I want to say regular glitter paste, but I feel like that's doing it a bit of a disservice because they are so super glittery. They are incredible. But that one is our Ocean Song. And then we're bringing to you one of our glitter pastes. Beautiful mermaid's tail with your chunky bits of glitter, different sizes and grades of glitter within your mesmerising glitter paste. Then we're bringing to you one of our metallic paint markers in champagne. You've not seen that colour before. That is exclusive to the Mermaid Dreams collection. Then we've got some gems and also some pearls. Once again, everything is colour matched absolutely beautifully. You're getting a pot of each of those in the different sizes and the different colourways when it comes to the pearls. Then we've got one of our shimmer ink pads. That is a full-size ink pad, that lovely ergonomic teardrop shape that we bring to you when it comes to those shimmer ink pads, that being this seashell pink. You can see as I tilt that a little bit, we've got that beautiful shimmer onto there. Then we've got a big pot of glitter, that being our sea spray glitter. Think of using that in your shakers, of adding it accents onto your stamped images. It's going to work an absolute treat. Then we have got one of our shimmer sprays, Call of the Sea. Use it through your stencils, add it onto your backgrounds. You have got the most beautiful shimmery and gorgeous colour when it comes to that shimmer spray. A nice big bag of your sequins, ideal for your shaker cards. You've got your glitter glue, which of course you can use to accent all your designs or even use it to create little drops like we have done there. Then you've got one of your Duet ink pads, which are our chalky ink pads, the hybrid ink pad. That's our sea glass. And then finally, oh my goodness me, what a beautiful colourway you've got with your lilac pool gilding flakes. All of those crafty goodies are coming to you as part of that fantastic Mermaid Dreams collection. Your platinum price on that one today is £55.99 or $71.99, and of course double points. Let's say a few more hellos before we get back over to Michelle. We've got Robbie's absolutely loving Michelle's demos, as is Sandra. We've got Jeffrey's joining us saying happy hump day to everyone joining us. And we've got Lois saying very pretty card. Thank you, Michelle. And hopefully the next demonstration, I say hopefully, it's Michelle. She's super inspiring. I know it's going to be equally as fantastic. But let's get over to Michelle for that final demonstration of the show.
So again, in my element, got lots of exciting goodies. You can see all around me. Lid on. Don't worry about lid on. So I've got that Best Wishes stamp set. This is the one again, was released with those beautiful watercolour shimmer
palettes.
watercolours.
Palettes?
Yeah, the palettes. Couldn't think of the word
that
palette. Beautiful, beautiful stamps. And again, I've got one of my stencils, the one with the 3 in. You've got the large, the border, and sort of the topper. So I'm going to be using this as well. Let's pop that to the side for now because we're not going to use that first. So again, I've got a piece of my watercolour card. Just the best card that you're going to use if you're going to be adding any kind of water to your projects, any kind of mixed media. It's built to work with the water. So I've got my tricolour aqua, and I think this time what we're going to do is we're just going to use the blue. So we've got that aquamarine on there, and again I'm going to pop it down here, and we're just going to do a nice sort of ombre colour wash on the back of this. So let me find a space far, far away because I need to take my lid off.
Yeah. It's not far away enough. Never far away enough.
I could do with one of those, you know when you were little and you used to, is it a Weeble that you knock it and it doesn't fall over?
Weebles wobble but they don't fall down.
Yes,
yeah.
I need a water pot that does that. So if I do knock it, it just will wibble and wobble but not fall over.
Maybe we should put that idea to product development.
That sounds like a great idea.
I'm sure they'd love it.
Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet my page just a little bit first, just to allow, I'm not saturating it, just to make that ombre sort of colour wash work a lot better. So I've added a little bit of water. I'm going to pop some more water on my brush, and then I'm going to pick it up. And as I go down that page, it's sort of going to ombre out. So I haven't added any more ink. I just added a little bit more water to allow that wash to go all the way down. And I'm very happy with that. It tends to work really well first time. If you want to go in and make it a little bit darker at the top, just pick up a little bit more of that ink, and then when you're quite happy with where it's at, I'll put that lid back on now.
Quick.
Then you can go ahead and dry. So we're just going to do that now. We're going to give it a quick dry.
While you're drying that, you know, on that first demonstration, you were missing a bit of ribbon. I think I've found it, you know.
Oh, have you?
Is it that?
That's it.
It was under it was nearly under the table.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. How did it get over there?
I have no idea.
I saw a bit of purple and I thought, hey, is that it? There we go, yeah. So mystery solved. Don't worry, I will give it back. You know what I'm like for ribbon? I'm a ribbon hoarder, as I'm sure a lot of you guys at home will know, but I promise I will give it back. I've got enough ribbon of my own, quite frankly. It's coming out of my ears. Oh dear, yeah. I do like a bit of ribbon.
Well, I knew it had gone somewhere, but I didn't realise it had travelled that far.
Yeah, don't know how. Very strange.
Right, so then we're just going to do a bit of a faux bleach again. Ooh. So let me just grab my smaller brush. Not sure what I did with it. Oh, it's there.
It's not under one of the table legs, is it?
No.
With the ribbon.
It wouldn't surprise me. So just adding some water to it, and we're just going to splash onto there.
It's one of those techniques that's so easy, but it never gets old, does it?
It doesn't, never ever. I've got some nice big splodges on there. Now with this, because I've used the water thing, the
water thing?
Aqua pen.
Is that a new name from that I've not been made aware of yet? The water thing.
Water thing.
Get these lovely pens, they're called water things.
You're going to get a lovely, the longer you leave it, you're going to get obviously more of a lift. Now, if you'd have used your duet ink pad, when that lifted, you would get a chalky lift, a chalky finish. You would almost get, it is, where this is nice and white, the other ones give you a sort of a more subtle lift. So have a play with both, see which you sort of like for your finished projects, because they give you the same effect gives you such a different finish.
There we go. Get those teeth in.
That's it, absolutely. But I'm happy with that. I've got some nice big splodges on there. So I'm going to leave that for now.
You know, if you wanted to get finer splodges or larger splodges, is there a way of controlling that, or is it just completely you get what you get sort of thing?
I don't know. I'm really not sure. I think have a play with different size brushes. I don't know if you've figured it out.
Yeah, I think if you use a if you use a larger brush, I think you probably will, because it can obviously hold a bit more
Yeah.
water. It probably will give you bigger splodges.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you use a finer brush, it probably will. And I'm sure there's one of those, if you're further away or closer.
Yeah.
I can never remember which way around it is.
Yeah.
So just have a play.
Yes, of course. And I also think, actually, if you put more water on your brush, you're going to get bigger splodges. So if you have a less saturated brush, you might get those finer. But for me, I just tend to use whatever brush that I've got and I go for it.
Yeah, it's
and I just get what I get. And
I'm the same. Whatever brush I grab first, that's what we're going with.
Yeah, and it just always looks amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
It's one of those you just want to get into the plane, but you don't want to be looking for a brush. So whatever brush I've got, that's it.
that's it, absolutely. So let's just pop these out now. So I'm going to use, I'm not having lots on there, we're just going to sort of go around the edges. So again, I'm just going to pop it down and we're just going to go through with the sea glass. If you want to tape this down and tape it in place, then absolutely you can do. But I don't feel, when you're only doing a little bit like this, I don't feel that you need to.
I think as well for that sort of technique where you're not sort of covering the whole stencil, you're just going in little random bits. I think even I'm one of those that likes to adhere my stencil down. I do most of the time, especially if I'm using glitter paste, I will usually use my stick and spray. But for techniques like this, I think it works so much better not to adhere it properly down, because you want it to be a little bit distressed, if you like, a little bit, I don't want to say patchy, it sounds a little bit negative, but you don't want it to be real crisp, even lines, do you?
No, it lends itself when it's there's a little bit missing and it's not a perfect stamped or stenciled image. It lends itself to that mixed media type look that you're going for. It's like when, if we've got a lovely stamp, sometimes I won't put it on my rocker block, I'll just pop it on there with the pressure of my hand, because then you're not getting a perfect stamped image on there. Sometimes I'll stick my own finger in the ink and then have little... So it's just, I think with mixed media, I think there's no rules. I think you just go for it and have some fun.
Absolutely. It's funny because I think so many of us, and I know I'm exactly the same myself, we get a little bit daunted, a little bit phased almost by mixed media. We get a bit worried about it. We think it's got to be a certain way, but it's actually the complete opposite. It's so forgiving. There's no rules. If it is a little bit rough around the edges, if it's a little bit distressed, if it's not exactly perfect, then that is what gives it character. That's what gives it life, and that's what it's all about. So definitely, if you're wanting to experiment, mixed media is the way to do it. That is for sure.
Definitely. Definitely. And I think with mixed media, it's all about just exploring and having a little bit of fun.
And at the end of the day, let's be honest, it's only a piece of paper, a piece of card. If you really don't like it, I always say, if you don't like it, walk away, come back to it, see if you can save it. If you can't, if it's really gone past the point of no return, so to speak, just bin it. At the end of the day, it's a small piece of cardstock, and just think, lesson learned, that didn't work, I won't be doing that again.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So you can see that's coming together lovely. Nothing about that was incredibly hard. They're all nice, simple techniques that we've done many times before.
That really looks like a corner stencil. It really does, doesn't it? It's amazing.
It comes together so beautifully, and I think the stuff in this collection, again, it's just an amazing collection, and it makes you look like an incredible artist. So I'm going to bring in this stamp set. So I've pulled off that stamp there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
You can. And I've popped it on here. So this is where we're going to go in. Again, so I've got my tricolour aqua. I think I'm going to pick just the blue. So we just with this, we're going to colour over that stamp. And because it's the aqua pen that we're using, we can spritz a little bit of water on this when we're done, or we can do the technique.
The huffing.
The huffing.
Huffing and puffing, I'll blow the house down.
Yeah, exactly. It depends on what look you're going for. Obviously, if you spritz a bit of water there, you're going to get a totally different effect to if you just sort of do the huffing on there. And all you're doing is you're just adding that little bit of moisture when you breathe on it, just to sort of reinvigorate that ink that's on there. So you're just going to... And then we're going to pop it down.
And I'll blow your house
That's it. There you go.
Oh,
Look
wow.
how beautifully
That's
it
amazing.
just stamps on there.
You wouldn't have thought that you stamped that with a pen, would you?
No.
That's incredible.
Absolutely. Just, and again, a nice simple technique that just comes together absolutely beautifully when you've finished it. And to be honest, I don't even know if I need to huff on it. Let's just pop it down and see how sort of open that aqua has stayed. So let's bring this one here.
So obviously you've used the one pen colour on there. If we wanted to, could we use, oh yeah, that has worked.
It has,
could we
yeah.
use more than one colour on the stamp?
Yes, absolutely, of course you can. In fact, should we do that now? Let me wipe that bottom bit, because that's got blue on it. So let's do blue just sort of on the top bit, and then we'll do pink at the bottom, and we'll see what that looks like when we pop it down.
Fabulous.
And you could use all three colours, because you're not going to do anything different than what I am now, than just popping the colour down. So let's...
So obviously this tricolour aqua is exclusive to Mermaid Dreams. Say if we had other tricolour aquas or other aqua pens in our crafty stash, could we use these alongside? So they're just the same sort of pen, isn't it? Just a different colour.
Oh yeah, absolutely, of course. I mean, this has been sort of put together so everything works together. You don't have to worry about you know, picking colours to match and stuff. You know, everything from the collection you're going to use together is going to look wonderful. So, yeah, but bring all your other sort of inks and glitter paste and gilding flakes. Oh, we've just got get rid of that. There you go. So you've got that pink into that,
Like that.
blue. So that's looking lovely. But yeah, anything that you've got, if you know it's going to work colour-wise, definitely bring it in and use it. And then, so we're just going to use one of those flourishes or the foliage. And again, I think we'll go for the purple for this one. So I've gone for the middle colour. And pop that just on all of those edges. You don't have to be too careful, it doesn't matter. It's an aqua pen, so obviously water-based, it's going to wash away once you've finished doing this with your stamps. I think I just like doing that.
That's something quite satisfied about it, isn't there?
But it just, comes together absolutely lovely. Let's just pop one more on.
These stamps as well are going to be the sorts of images that you'll be using time and time again. They're just very useful, aren't they? To have your foliage, to have your flowers. They're the sort of themes that we use day in, day out in our crafting, year in, year out. So definitely a good one to add to your crafty stash if you've not already got these stamps.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. They're just generic again. Saying generic, it makes it sound a little rubbish, doesn't it? But it's generic in the way that it's going to work with absolutely everything, these stamps and especially in your stencils as well.
Yeah.
So again, we're building up that lovely background and quite happy with that. So I'm going to leave that, I'm going to pop that to the side, because then the only other thing we're going to do is I'm going to squidge.
Oh, it's a lovely word, that, squidge.
A little bit of squidge, a bit of blue. Squidge, some of that purple, and then some of that pink.
Okay.
And I've tried to go down straight, but I've still ended up going off-piste, haven't I?
As well, you had grid lines as well to try and keep you within, so I don't know what the excuse was. Blimey me.
No
That's what your mat's
excuse.
supposed to be there for. Come on now. Oh dear.
I'm going to spritz just with a little bit of water into those. And with your brush, if you want to just to make it not perfect, just going to sort of blend those edges out and sort of mix it with that water. And then we're going to bring in, again, it's watercolour card, and I've already got this cut down. I'm just going to pop that over, and hopefully I'll just have a squidge of blue, then purple, and then pink at the bottom. So let's see. Oh, it did. So again, if you're a little bit like me and you just want to sort of blend those bits out because they're annoying you, then you obviously can. I'm quite happy with that. So I'd let that dry.
Could you maybe then spritz that with water? Would that make it too dilute then?
You could do a spritz again. So if you sort of have it a lot higher, then you've got more control over adding that little bit of water. Obviously, if you're closer with your spritzer, it's really going to water it down. So I'm going to bring this one in because this is one that I did before. I've used the Dragonfly stamp in exactly the same way that you've just seen me do with that aqua pen, and I've just stamped it in the 3 different colours. I was more controlled, obviously, at home. What I did on there that I've done differently, actually, is I wet that, and you know, very much like you saw the background that I did there with the brush effect, I did that at home, but picking it up off your mat, I just wanted to show you that they both look equally nice. Right, so that is my piece that I've just done. That's the bit that I did before. I do have a card base under here somewhere. So I do, here it is. So again, our white card. I've got just some green textured cardstock. Now, where did I get the green from? I cannot remember, but we had lots of textured cardstock packs on yesterday, our linen card. So I used it from one of those packs. And then I'm going to bring in some of my Kalal glue. These are nice and dry, so I don't need to worry about them sticking properly. So we've got just a lovely, nice Z-fold card, just a single Z-fold card. In fact, let me give you the measurements. So we are 10 by 7, folded in half, and then the front half folded again, and then we're going to pop that on there. So let's, again, always making sure that your watercolour card is nice and dry, because if you try to put it on when it's still a little bit wet, it's not going to work. So always making sure your work's dry before you pop it on there. So there we go. So again, let's bring in, can't pick it up. The green textured cardstock, I just think it pops lovely behind. So again, let's glue that up. I'm wanting to say Fabulous Fuchsia, but I don't know if that's got a light green in. But it could be also be Kingfisher.
Or Colours of Summer. Is it one of those? The 12 by 12
yes. Colours of Summer.
Colours of Summer,
yes, because they're the 12 by 12 ones with all those linen, because you've got the patterned as well, what's got the spots on the back. Love those paper pads. Do we still have those in stock?
Well, I'm sure we do. We have the Summer Meadow, I believe, because I've got a masterclass tomorrow night, and we should have the Colours of Summer. No, the Summer Meadow, the 12 by 12 linen, is meant to be on my show tomorrow night, so it should still be stocked.
Right.
If you guys buy it all before the show tomorrow night, I won't be best pleased, no. But because we've got a fantastic masterclass tomorrow night, all on flower forming. So we're going to be showing you, we're going to take things down a little bit of a different route, because I know we quite often show you all the foam when it comes to our flower forming. So we're going to show you different techniques. We're going to be using vellum, we're going to be using even funky foam. Oh yes, you can use that for your flower making as well. We're going to be using some of our textured card as well. So Summer Meadow, I believe, is the one that should be in stock over on the website.
Perfect. The problem is when I'm using it at home, I think I can remember what I've used, and then when I get here, I forget that I'm doing what 10 to 15 demos in a day, and then you start looking at it, and I'm like, which one? I either write every single tiny little detail down, or I write nothing down, and there's no sort of in between with me.
I have to say that is, for me, that's almost like my crafting superpower, if you like. I'm very good at remembering the names of paper pads, probably because I'm completely obsessed by paper pads, but yeah, that is, I can usually recognise them quite well. Bit sad, but you know, we love a paper pad.
I know, we do. We do. So I've just used one of my nesting dies at home. Again, that beautiful green texture cardstock. I've just got some white, just our white card on there, and then all I did again was with the pen, I popped it down on here like you saw me do before. I added a little bit of water onto my mat so I could mix it. If you've got glycerin, again, you can use that. Just to sort of blend it out, blend it in, and make it sort of match. And then again, that beautiful Dragonfly. I've used my tricolour that we've got in here. So that
Yep.
beautiful tricolour pen, and I've just coloured it in. I've just left some nice little highlights on there with that beautiful pen. We're going to pop that in the middle. I've just got my best wishes again from this beautiful set. I've stamped it again, like you saw me, with the pink from the aqua pen. I think we forget we can do that. And then we're just going to pop these two on the front. So just bringing in my embossing tool just to give that some little dimension. I need to find some deeper foam pads. These are quite shallow.
Yeah, I like the deep ones, I have to say. Yep.
So best wishes there.
I love the fact that you get all the sentiments included in the stamp set as well. It's not just like your focal elements, it's all those sentiments. So there's finishing touches as well.
Yeah, that's it. I'll trim that down a little. I'm just going to pop a foam pad in the middle because I want to keep that dimension and that curve on those wings. And then the only other thing I'm going to do is very quickly. I'm saying very quickly, we saw how long it took me last time to try and pick 3 of these up.
Oh dear, here we go.
1. Not using them tweezers.
Yeah,
them tweezers are going back.
Yes, horrible cheap tweezers. Get yourself some proper ones over on the website.
Yeah, I've left mine somewhere. I don't know if I left them at Hobby Maker. And I had
will
to,
have had them, that's for sure.
Yeah, just quickly pick myself some up from somewhere. So just 3 little gems on there. Let me move all my mess. Let me put the lid on that first, because you know that's going everywhere.
Yeah, be like water all over again, but just with gems.
And there you go. Some nice, simple techniques there, but all put together, it really just, it makes that project pop, I think.
Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful colourways using that amazing Mermaid Dreams collection. You can see the details on your screen there. It's a 14-piece collection. You're getting all sorts of crafty goodies for £55.99 or $71.99. And of course, double points today as well. You can see all these amazing crafty goodies that come as part of this collection. You've got everything from your tricolour aqua pens that we've just seen in that demonstration, tricolour brush pens, you've got glitter paste, both our regular and our mesmerising glitter paste. You've got metallic paint markers, gems, pearls, shimmer ink pads, a big pot of glitters included. You've got shimmer sprays, sequins, glitter glues, one of our duet ink pads, and also some luxury gilding flakes. Absolutely tons that you can get playing with there, and lots of different techniques you can be experimenting with the fantastic Mermaid Dreams collection. Now we are approaching the end of the show. We've got just under 10 minutes left. I can't believe how quickly this has flown by, but it's time now to get that vote going for demo of the show. Michelle's got her makes all lined up ready. It's going to be a tough one, but what's going to win? Let's find out.
So number 1 was that lovely, again, it's the Mermaid Dreams, but we created that little door hanger. Number 2 was the Wild at Heart. And then number 3, again, those Mermaid Dreams, or that Mermaid Dreams collection.
Oh, that is going to be a tough one. I'm glad I don't have to choose, because quite frankly, I'd choose all 3, but I don't think that is allowed. Now, details on your screen now for Mermaid Dreams, but we want to share something with you before the end of the show, and I have to say, this has got to be my personal pick for the show. This is absolutely incredible, and the saving you're getting on this collection is amazing. Now, Violet Studio brings to us some of the most gorgeous paper collections. They bring to us tools as well. They bring to us adhesives, all at amazing price points, but fantastic quality. And I have to say, I'm a huge fan of all of our Violet Studios products we bring to you here at Crafters TV. But this, oh my goodness me, the price on this is absolutely amazing. Now, I won't call myself a pen snob, but I do like my pens, I do like my colouring mediums. For me, that's probably one of my most favourite things to do when it comes to crafting, is to do that colouring, my stamping, my colouring, doing all those different techniques. Big fan of all my Spectrum Noir pens. So when I got my hands on these, I thought, yep, absolutely amazing price. I mean, you can see the details on your screen there. You get 100 pens for £27.99 or $33.59. That's working out at, 28p or $34 a pen, which is quite frankly ludicrous when they're dual tip pens. I thought these are probably going to be great if you're a beginner to colouring, if you've never coloured before. I got my hands on these and I had a play with them, and I cannot, genuinely hand on heart, cannot tell you how impressed I am with these pens. I put them through the paces, I experimented with lots of different techniques, and honestly they are incredible. So these are brush pens, they're dual tipped. So on one end you've got a really fine brush nib, on the other end you've got a slightly wider brush nib on that other end. These are water-based. Now that is absolutely fantastic because of course you can be using these pens directly to paper, you could be colouring stamped images, you could be doing your brush lettering, your calligraphy style effects with absolutely ease, but these are water-based. So some of the techniques that you've seen Michelle do, you know, where you scribble onto your glass mat, you pick up that colour from the pen, you're using a wet paintbrush, you paint with it, you can do that technique with these pens. Your techniques where you scribble onto your glass mat, you spritz it with water, you do your messy mop-up techniques, you can do it with these pens. They are absolutely amazing. For that price point, you think you're probably going to get more of an entry-level pen, but these are incredible. 100 pens, yeah, 100 pens that you can do all those water-based techniques with, that you can properly blend with, you can properly shade with, you can get all those amazing artistic effects, not just for your images, but for your backgrounds as well. For 28p or 34 cents per pen. I mean, come on, this is absolutely amazing value for money. All the colourways, literally every single colour you could need, 100 colours for goodness sake. We say 100 pens, but we're actually talking about 200 nibs. 200 nibs for £27.99 or $33.59. You're getting absolutely everything. And as if it wasn't enough to get that, they actually come in this carry case. All the storage has already been sorted out for you. You've got the little fastening on there. You know it's going to be nice and secure. And each one of those rows is a separate row that you can take out and you can be working with. Perhaps you're just going to be colouring something in lots of different green tones. Maybe you're working on some of your leaves that you're colouring in your foliage. You can take one tray out at a time. When you're done with it, you can literally pop it back into your carry case. You can store them. I have to say, I store these in my carry case as they are. They look fantastic. Amazing gift. I mean, for that price, someone's going to think you've spent an awful lot more on these than you actually have. An amazing price point, whether you're new to colouring, whether you've been colouring for many years like I have, and have got basically all the pens we already do. These are absolutely incredible. As well at that price, quite frankly, you can get the kiddies involved. You're not going to be worried about them ruining your best pens, because at that price point, the kids can have a set themselves if you so choose. And then an added bonus of the fact that they are water-based means that easy clean up. So if they get it all over their hands, like I do myself, then you can literally just wash it off with soap and water and you are good to go. Honestly, I cannot believe we managed to hold this Black Friday price, because that amazing saving was especially for Black Friday, but we brought it back for you guys here today in time for Christmas basically. So you can grab yourself a Christmas bargain with this amazing 100 set of pens, water-based, incredible, from Violet Studios for £27.99 or $33.59. And of course, we span that wheel and we have got double points on this purchase, and each and every single purchase that you're making today here at Crafters Companion. Oh my goodness me, that is my pick of the show. No bones about it. I love those pens. Can you tell I'm quite passionate about them? Honestly, believe you me, I hide it well. But we've got just under 5 minutes left on the show, but we do already have a result in for demo of the show. It's going, apparently it was quite close. It's going to number one. Oh. Number one.
Thank you.
Wowzers. Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. I think it's nice as well to see something that's a little bit different, that is a little bit mixed media, if you like, something a little bit different to a traditional card. I mean, you could be creating that and you could be having that on your wall. It could be hanging on a door handle for somebody's room. Hangle. It could even be hanging on a hangle. Don't know what one of those is, but it could be there. It's that fabulous. But that is your demo of the show, and that will be going into tonight's vote for demo of the day. One thing I do know, this is my little insider knowledge, Michelle's going to win demo of the day. I've just got it. A little birdie told me. Yeah. No, Nicola, don't do that to me. She says she's heard Craig's doing a demo. No, he's not allowed now.
No.
I've said that. He's not allowed. He's on this side.
I'm banning him.
He's banned, yeah. Banned from demoing today. Anyway, just want to sneak these in before the end of the show. We have got a couple of our fantastic shimmering watercolour palettes. I'm hearing in my ear. We've not got a few of these, not got too many of these left. So if you want to sort of jump on with these and get some of these in your crafty stash, then you're going to have to move pretty swiftly when it comes to these. Now, we do have two different options. We are going to start off with our fantastic Sunbeam. These are the ones that are going to work best on your light colours of card. You've got all those beautiful colourways that you can see there, all contained in one of your fantastic presentation watercolour palettes for a Platinum Club price today of £19.99 or $23.96. But if you want colourways that are going to work a little bit better on your darker colours of card, then why not go for your Moonbeam? This is your Moonbeam, again, exactly the same price point here, $19.99 or $23.96, and you're getting all those different colourways that you can see there. Amazing price on those, but once again, double points. Wowzers, that show has absolutely flown by. Thank you so much, Michelle. It's been an absolute corker of a show, lots of inspiration. Michelle will be back at 3 p.m. with Craig. I will be back myself tomorrow, 6 p.m. UK time. We've got a flower forming masterclass. I'll be on that side, Ben will be on this side, and hopefully we can share with you lots of inspiration. But make sure you stay tuned for the rest of the day here on Crafters TV. Take care. Bye-bye.